Order, order. The sitting is resumed and we now move on to a debate about Hull's bid to become a maritime city. I call upon Emma Hardy to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr Chairman, and it's a genuine pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I beg to move that this House has considered Hull's efforts to become recognised as Yorkshire's maritime city. The Hull Yorkshire Maritime City project is underpinned by three key bodies: Hull City Council, which works to secure the ongoing prosperity of the city; Hull Culture and Leisure Limited, which operates the city's museums; and the Hull Maritime Foundation, which is an independent registered charity which aims to support, protect and to promote Hull's maritime heritage throughout this project. As one of the UK's busiest ports, we've come a long way since the Second World War, when Hull was only referred to as an unnamed coastal town, despite being hit harder than any other city outside of London during the Blitz, with our port industry hit and 95% of our houses destroyed and damaged, and more than 1,200 killed in air raids on the city. Becoming the UK City of Culture in 2017 put Hull on the map for all the right reasons, and in 2019 the scale of our ambition has not diminished. The UK City of Culture 2017 was an inspirational year, a year of building confidence and showcasing our city, of changing people's minds and of laying foundations for the future. Following from this success, the Hull Yorkshire Maritime City project is a heritage-driven, citywide cultural regeneration and place-making project that will continue to catalyse the remarkable transformation and momentum initiated by the UK City of Culture 2017. I will, of course.
I'm most grateful to the Honourable Lady for giving way, but is she aware that these proposals, if they go ahead, will actually also benefit the wider East Riding area? And for that reason, for what she's saying today and trying to achieve, she has cross-party support.
I thank the Right Honourable Gentleman for his remarks, and absolutely this will benefit far wider than just Hull, right over into the East Yorkshire as well. And this project will take Hull to the next level as a destination renowned for its maritime heritage and culture. Hull's rich maritime story will take centre stage, creating a long-term legacy for decades to come. Hull has already surpassed expectations and changed perceptions of many by presenting a proud, brave, confident, outward-looking city, transformed by investment in culture, people and place. And our connection with the sea has shaped our landscape and our culture. It touches every piece of our identity and shapes the way we see ourselves. Our fighting spirit, determination and desire to resolve injustices is evident throughout the ages. From William Wilberforce and his campaign to abolish the slave trade, to the headscarf revolutionaries and their battle against the powerful establishment to change fishing safety laws. And the story of the women of the revolutionaries is extraordinary. Their campaign started after the triple trawler disaster, when 58 fishermen based in the port lost their lives in 3 separate trawler sinkings in the space of less than a month in 1968. The women collected a 10,000-plus signature petition calling for reform. They led protest meetings, and they even came down to London to lobby politicians. And amongst the measures the campaign won were safety checks before vessels left port, radio operators for all ships, improved safety equipment, and a mothership with medical facilities for all fleets. And today, our connection to the sea continues to define our culture and our economy. Maritime images dominated the City of Culture opening ceremony, and the Deep Aquarium remains one of our tourist hotspots, while thousands of people travel throughout our port each month to European cities such as Amsterdam or Zeebrugge, reflecting the European movement of the late 19th century as transmigrants made their way through Hull onto the way to North America. Our future economic prosperity remains tied to our future as a port and the green energy estuary. We're creating wind turbines in Siemens that will help drive forward the green energy agenda, and we're developing advances in battery storage to store the energy that we produce. We're not always great at advertising our achievements, and it often comes as a surprise when people learn that it is the Humber that is Britain's busiest trading estuary, and our maritime endeavours continue to this day. Knowing our history roots communities and creates that strong sense of identity. It gives people pride and it drives community engagement. The city's proud maritime heritage is central to our vision, and the whole Yorkshire Maritime City project will restore and reinterpret our maritime treasures so that they can take centre stage and be celebrated with the community. The project is based around 5 key elements of our maritime heritage. These are the Hull Maritime Museum, the Dock Office Chambers and the North End Shipyard. And the ships are the Arctic Corsair, which is a sole survivor of Hull's distant water Sidewinder trawler fleet, and the Spurn Lightship, which played a key role in Hull's inland trade by guiding vessels as they navigated the Humber estuary. Each of the ships will receive a full restoration, increased opening hours and a new interpretation and displays, while the Arctic Corsair will play host to a variety of training events and opportunities. The extent of the renovation on the buildings is even more exciting. The project in the North End Shipyard will commemorate how the site once contributed to Hull's status as a global maritime port by housing the Arctic Corsair in a permanent dry berth, creating an additional attraction near the already successful Museum Quarter, highlighting the Queen's Gardens, formerly Queen's Docks, and its significance in the maritime story of Hull. The Maritime Museum will receive an additional 390 square metres of museum space, new public access to one of the building's domes with superb rooftop views, improved education and visitor facilities, and new displays which will tell Hull's maritime story in a unique and immersive way. This will lead to a 50% increase in the number of items available for public view and better conservation of the items, so more of Hull's people can benefit from them for longer. But Hull Yorkshire Maritime City is so much more than just a heritage project. Taking a heritage-driven approach to placemaking, it will redefine a city for residents and visitors alike and transform the life chances of its citizens. Across the city, the project will promote ambition and civic pride and raise aspirations by working with young people, older people, unemployed people, people with disabilities, and people and communities facing isolation. The project will benefit 150,000 people through informal learning and outreach programmes, while 10,000 pupils and students will benefit directly from engagement with our formal learning programme. The activities available in Hull's Yorkshire Maritime City Plan will offer people the chance to gain practical skills through volunteering that will boost their employment opportunities and build confidence in a variety of employment settings. Skills-building opportunities will include heritage opportunities as well as transferable public-facing skills such as oracy, developed through opportunities such as guided tours and event stewarding. By boosting confidence and increasing civic pride, the project will help to build strong, resilient communities which are motivated and inspired by their local heritage, fostering a strong and positive sense of place. It will boost our economy. A new economic impact assessment commissioned by Hull City Council looking at the benefits of the project conclude that it represents a positive return on investment and good value for money on high, medium and low impact scenarios. It will create 121 jobs in the local economy in the construction, operations, supply chain and as a result of visitor spend. In conclusion, the transformational reach and impact of the whole Yorkshire Maritime City project will far outreach the sum of its parts, fulfilling its vision of being a truly heritage-driven, citywide, cultural and placemaking project with people at its core. So I'm sure that the Minister will agree that this is a fantastic way for Hull to utilise our history to provide opportunity for the future. So what I am asking the Minister to do today is to recognise the ambition of Hull City Council in supporting such a project and encourage the Department for Culture, Media and Sport to work with the Council to deliver this aspirational project which embodies much of the thinking of the 2016 White Paper on Culture and the 2017 Mendoza Review. To encourage the Department for Culture, Media and Sport to sponsor cultural and tourism institutions to freely lend their expertise and offer their support and commitment to the project and engage with the team in Hull. And to ask the Minister for Transport to work with the Highways England Chief Executive Jim O'Sullivan to explore ways of unlocking the Highways England designated funds process at the earliest opportunity to allow consideration of the A63 footbridge Spurn Lightship proposal, which would add so much value to this project. And I hope that she feels she'll be able to work with me to achieve this step in securing Hull's future. Thank you.
Question is that this House has considered Hull's bid to become a maritime city. The debate